All right, so today we're going to talk about the functions of marketing. We've talked a little bit about what marketing is already, but let's just go over once again about the definition of marketing. And if I can't stress it enough, you need to memorize this definition of marketing. The marketing is the process of developing, promoting, and distributing products to satisfy customers' wants and needs. When we say it's a process, it means that it is constantly changing. If we went from newspaper ads to magazine ads that were in full color, and now we have Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and Snapchat and all of those things that are helping us as marketers get the word out to our customers. So it's constantly changing. If we don't change, we're dead. We develop new products, so we don't have just the old iPod that had the twirly thing on it. We now have iPods that have the touch screen. We have the iPhone, the tablet, the mini tablet. Everything changes all the time. So we have to keep developing new products or our customers are going to go somewhere else. So we're going to be doing that. We've got to promote it. So even though we are Apple or if we are Coca-Cola, it doesn't matter. We still have to promote our products out there so that people remember to buy our products. And we need to distribute products. We got to figure out what's the best way of giving products. So even if I'm a chicken farmer, I've got to figure out how to distribute. How do I make sure that my eggs get to the right place? And so we've got to figure out how we're going to do that. But it doesn't mean any products. We have to make sure that we're satisfying our customers' wants and needs. So if they want flat screen TVs and all we have are the big CRT TVs, we're not satisfying customers' wants and needs. So we're not marketing. So all of that in itself is marketing. And we've broken it down into, what is marketed? So the first thing we need to make sure is we know that we can market anything, but we break it down into two different categories. The first one are goods. Right? These are things that we can touch, and such as sporting equipment, the actually movie popcorn, DVD, or a CD. Right? The next thing we can actually market is services. A lawyer, an accountant, right? They don't actually have a product that you can buy, but you have a service, so they can do that. When we go to an amusement park, you're not buying part of Six Flags. You're buying the right to go for a day and ride the ride, so you're actually buying a service. DVD rentals, instant streaming, anything like that, that would be the service there. Okay. When I talked about it, the 7 functions of marketing, there's distribution, financing, marketing information management, pricing, product service management, promotion, and selling. So those are the 7 functions of marketing, and we're going to walk through each one of them, and I'm going to try to give you examples of it so that you can kind of get an idea of what's going on with it. First of all is product service management. This is those people who like to design new shoes, or the people who like to make things better and tinker and make things better. There's very, very few things that are in our lives that have never changed. Coca-Cola tried to change, and then they had to go back to the classic Coca-Cola, but they still changed their product line where they have all different kinds of products. So they have Coca-Cola with lime, or they have Coca-Cola with Diet Coke, and so we've changed our product there, because if we just sold Coca-Cola, then they wouldn't be in business. So they were continually developing and changing that. So we develop new products, we maintain, we make sure that the products that we have actually are up to standards. So car companies will make sure that they are up to safety standards, things like that, and then we're improving the product. So anything that happens to the product. And I know this is product service management, but remember whenever we talked about what we manage or what we can market, we can do a product or a service. So it's anytime we change anything about what we are selling. If we change the packaging, if it goes from 30% less so that it's more ecological there, that would be a product management change. Whenever Sprint or the cell phone companies added 4G or the LTE, they're changing the service and they're improving your service, and so they're making a change to their service that's there. In Speedo, in the Olympics, actually that story is the Speedo, Nike is the official sponsor of the Olympics, but Speedo had come out with this new product whenever Michael Phelps was in the Olympics there, and this swimsuit that they had was actually going to shave off seconds off of their time, and so they actually had to negotiate, but they created this new technology, and so Speedo was actually able to be worn by the American team even though Nike was the official sponsor. So anyway, that's another thing. We're changing it. Online gambling, right? You can't just go to Louisiana and go to the casinos there. We now can do online gambling. So how can we change our product to get more and more people there? Here's just some examples. In the airport, I saw this. You pick this up and you take it, and there's no return. You just pay for it. It lets you play it for 24 hours, as many times as you want, and after 24 hours, it just stops playing. So it's kind of a cool thing there. Most of you have seen this, to where Coca-Cola can now have 125 different combinations of flavors, but as a business, if I was Firehouse Subs, I wouldn't have to have 125 different cola things there. I just have to have one, and it all does it for me. And then in Japan, they're starting to come up with square watermelons, and if you can think about reasons why, they're easier to ship. Okay, so you're either easier to stack them, so they grow them in the watermelon in boxes there. Pizza Hut, I think this is Pizza Hut, is doing, you can have it regular, or they realized that a lot of people weren't buying pizza because people didn't want different types. So now you can do sliders, and it's more personal size, and you can personalize your own pizza there. So making a change based upon the customer. The next one is pricing, right? All of us like a good deal and a good bargain. So we want to look at how much do we charge and still make a profit. Remember, we are in business. We are in a business, but we can't say that we're going to sell shoes for $800 because most people aren't willing to pay for shoes for $800 for Nikes or tennis shoes, just regular for school or something like that. So we want to make sure that we're making a profit, but we want to make sure that customers are willing to pay. Things like that. I can go prices there, ticket prices. Professional sporting events are going to have higher prices than, especially like our football team, Houston Texans. There's only so many games that are played here in Houston, so the ticket prices are going to be a lot higher than if you go to an Astros game where they have 50 games, okay? I know they don't have the greatest record, and that could be the reason why their prices as well. So they're looking at their record, they're looking at whether it's a playoff game or not, a regular season game. All of that is pricing, right? Even you guys know from gas, right? Supply, demand makes the price. Sometimes we can control our price even by online discounts. So if I buy it in the store, it's one price, but if I go online, then it might be a different price, or I might get it on sale there. So anything that I do with the price of a product is a business decision to see when do I put it on sale, when do I not put it on sale, those type of things. All right, online scheduling. If I go to the Houston Grand Opera, I can get single tickets for a pretty good price and pretty expensive price. But if I bought a package, right, if I bought a package deal, then I would get my per opera ticket like a lot less money than if I just bought a single ticket there. So think about pricing as anything to do with the actual price of the product or service. Right? Next thing we got to do, how are we going to get it to the customer? Right? How are we going to make sure that it goes from the factory over in Taiwan, and how do we get it here to Houston? All right? We have to figure out what's the best way to actually get it to the customer. Best Buy has come up with a great way in the airport. Lots of people forget to get their earphones or headphones and their car chargers and a lot of things that people maybe forget to take on the plane with them, and halfway through their flight they realize, oh, I forgot my headphones, I really want to listen to some music. You can buy things at this little Best Buy Express kiosk. It's kind of pretty cool. If I was Nike, makes lots of decisions. I can sell it at the Nike store. I can sell my shoes at Foot Locker or Academy, or I can even do it online. It doesn't matter. If I give multiple ways for my customer to buy my product, the more ways I can give it to them, the better, because we want to make sure that we're providing it where the customer is and where the customer wants. So when we think about movies, there's many ways that I can do it. I can send it by DVD, just actually send it one by one, Netflix and the DVD. Amazon has streaming. Actually, lots of services have streaming, online streaming. That's becoming more and more popular, and so a lot of places are going there. But some people like to have an actual DVD, or they want to buy it, and they can go to Best Buy and actually buy the physical copy, and they have it forever. And these are the people who are doing it legally, right? Because they go and buy it and have the right to do it, and not the illegal pirating that some of you guys do. All right, so we have made a product, we priced it, we've made it available for the customers, but we got to make sure that the customers know about it. Okay, so the next function of marketing is promotion. Right? How do we promote our product? Right? We need to tell our customers about the product. There's 3 different components to it. We need to inform. We need to let them know that the product is there. We need to persuade them that we need to buy Crest over Colgate. Right? They're both toothpaste. Why should I buy one over the other? Right? And we need to remind you. Right? If you don't see very many Monster ads, you're not going to buy Monster. Unless you're an addict, right? But if you see an ad over and over and over again, you're more likely to buy that product or think about that product when you're ready to make that purchasing power. There's millions of ways to promote, and these are just some of them. Coupons or ticket stubs, right? On the back of your receipt when you go to a grocery store, or if you even go to the movie, on the back there might be some coupons to a local restaurant or grocery store or something like that. When we go to previews, right? When we go see a movie, like they say the movie starts at 7:05. Well, the real movie doesn't start till 7:35 because you've got like 30 minutes of promotions. You got trailers and all the stuff to go get your candy and your popcorn and all that stuff. So that is part of promotion. Now Twitter is getting huge as far as being promotion, because when a TV show is out, then the actors are doing Twitter feeds as the show is being done, such as Duck Dynasty right now. One of the reasons why they say Duck Dynasty is so popular is because all of their character or actors or whoever they are in Duck Dynasty, they have Twitter feeds and they're tweeting like behind the scenes stuff as the show goes on. So if you're following them on Twitter while you're watching them, you're getting both sides of it, and it's engaging the audience a lot more. So, but that is a form of promotion, getting people to actually buy your product. Some other examples, sponsoring a race, right? Putting your name on a race would be part of promotion, because then you can see, or even doing billboards. This would be kind of persuading you to join the digital music revolution. Download iTunes now for Mac or PC. All right. When we talk about, it's a reminder, right? To kind of make promotion doesn't have to be a business. It can be promotional, like a community service or public service announcement. All of those things. And I'm sure some of you have seen this ad. Oops. Let's see if it works. Oh, no, it doesn't. So I will, you guys can look at this and I'll embed that video as well as soon as it gets done. And so we've done product, price, we've promoted it, but now it's all the back stuff, right? How do we run that business? How do we make sure that people really do want to stream videos, or did they really like the streaming that's videos? So another aspect or another function of marketing is marketing information management, right? How do we collect that data? I think I mentioned to you guys earlier about Pandora. Every time you go onto Pandora and you have a station, if you like or dislike a song, they're collecting data. Or if you only listen to it during the working hours, they're looking at that. Your phone is collecting data as to where you go and what you're doing. They're going to start using that, they're trying to use that data, the information about where you go, so that when you walk into a store, you might get an email or a text message that says, this store has 20% off of such. So they're tracking where you're going, what you're doing with that data. And everything is done to make business decisions. So here's just a tip. When people go into a store, especially like a boutique like Journeys or even the Nike store, 99% of the people will go to the right, because most of us are right-handed, right? So when we walk into a store, then we go to the right. And whenever we go to the right, that's usually where the higher priced items are, our featured items, or the things that we want people to buy. Okay, our sales or our clearance sections are usually in a store going to be in the back of the store and to the left, right? The reason why is because we want you to go through the store, and then we're going to have you go to where the clearance section is. All of that is done by tracking, and they'll have people, the cameras that are in Walmart or Target, they're not all for security. Sometimes they are there to track where you are going, what you're doing, how long you stay at an event, or at a display, and do you actually buy anything or do you walk away, right? There's people who actually track all of that stuff. Nielsen ratings, right? The Nielsen company will track what's the best TV shows that are out there. I believe, and it's been there for a long time, is NCIS is the #1 TV show that is watched. Dancing with the Stars, American Idol, The Big Bang Theory is getting good. For non-primetime, I know Duck Dynasty as well, but it's not a regular cable, so it's kind of on its other thing. So it'll look and see how TV shows are done. Facebook tracking, every time you hit like on a page, it starts tracking what kind of pages you like, and then that feeds what ads you will see. So if you start liking a lot of things about protein shakes and workout gear, and you start liking a lot of things like that, then all of a sudden the ads that are on the side of your Facebook page are going to be things for protein powder, fitness, get well, get fit, get healthy, those type of things, because they know that that's what you're interested in, so I'm going to do it. So this is how we use data and information, and we're tracking stuff. We can do that by questionnaires, comment cards, surveys, everything. I can do a focus group where I bring in a few people and ask them about my product. But all of this is information. How am I using information to actually make business decisions, right? So if I put out a green shirt, a red shirt, and a blue shirt, and I put the exact same amount out there, and I find out that the green shirts are always the ones that are sold the most, then I know as a business to buy more green shirts. And so that's kind of how we use the business pieces of it. Netflix uses it by, after you have returned a DVD or you've watched an instant video, sometimes they'll ask you, like, how is the picture and audio quality, right? They want to know, did you have a good experience? If you didn't, what can we do to make it better? Because we want to make sure that we have happy customers. Six Flags. looks at people that go to their parks. When you go, they ask you your zip code, right? They're looking to see where people go. I don't know if you guys can see this, but it's dark green here. And so where these stars are is where there's a Six Flags. So probably I'm not going to put a Six Flags up here because not many people go. Or it could be a good business decision saying, hey, if I put a Six Flags here, I'm going to have more people going to that Six Flags. So, but as a business, I look at that type of information. All right. Next to last, I believe. This is not pricing. This is financing. How do I get the money to run my business, right? I get prices, right? I sell my product and all that stuff, but I need other money. I might need to get some investors, okay? I might need to borrow money to run my business. I might need to get a loan, right? So I need anything I can do besides the actual selling of a product to a customer for a price. How do I get the money to buy in order to run my business? Some examples is to borrow money. They might get money from the government, from this, like here, if we built a new stadium, they would get part of the money from like the city of Sugar Land. When they built the Skeeter Stadium, they got some money from the Skeeters. They also got a lot of investors to pool in the money so that they could build that stadium there. We can sell advertising space, right? When you watch a baseball game, you've got lots and lots of advertising around there, and they didn't do that just for free, right? The people who put those banners up there and stuff, they paid some really good money to get their ad out there so that people could see that. And then, like, if you go to the Skeeters Stadium, those people, every person who goes there will see the advertisement. And for Skeeters, it's going to be a lot more local companies. If you watch a Dodgers game, it's probably going to be a lot more national, especially if you're watching it on national television. And so just that is one way you also make money there. You can sell the naming right to your stadium. So I can also give payment terms, right? Allow my customers to pay through PayPal, right? Maybe they wouldn't want to pay it through credit card, but they'll pay it through PayPal. Maybe I give them loan layaway options, or let them buy it through credit card, not requiring cash. Okay, so anything that I can do to make sure. This one here, when they were building the Dallas Cowboys, they were selling bricks that would have your name on it, and then those are part of the bricks that are on the outside of the stadium and on the ground, and the walkways and stuff. So the people who are really good fans of the Dallas Cowboys, then they would take that and they would, I'm going to put, $300 for a small little brick. And then when I go to the Dallas Stadium, they tell me where it was, and I can go and I can find my name on that brick. So it's kind of a cool souvenir idea, one way that the fans can get involved and help financing the new stadium. Like we said about PayPal, maybe we could do some Google stuff, checks. A lot of times now people are have the iPad swipe things, so you don't need a phone line, you don't need anything, you just need your Wi-Fi connection. I can get an NFL Visa card, okay, or an Astros Visa card, or even a Kohl's card. Anything like that is financing, because I'm going to make sure that you're buying products at my store, and then if you don't pay it all the way off, I get all that interest, so that's a good thing. And then naming rights to a stadium. So the Jaguars don't own that stadium. Actually, Bank of America put up most of the money, and that's the reason why they have their name on the stadium. So, and the very last thing is selling, right? This is the thing that a lot of people think of as marketing. We think promotion, and then selling is the other thing. But basically, we want to figure out, what do they want, right? Do they want to have the instant demand on their DVDs or their movies, right? Do they want to have the ability to take their music anywhere they want? What do customers want, and then to satisfy their needs, right? So if you want to take your music anywhere, fine, buy this. Here, you want to take music, here's an iPod that will work for you, or an iPhone, or anything like that. Foot Locker, if you go into Foot Locker, they will tell you, they'll measure your foot, they'll ask you if you're looking for a cross-country shoe, a basketball shoe, are you looking for a running shoe, what kind of shoe do you want, and then they'll give you some options, and then they'll kind of share with you the features and the benefits, what are the good things and and why would it benefit you of each of those products, and then they'll help you make that decision. So selling is a very personal. It's figuring out what kind of things do you want in there. If you go to the stadium, you've got the guy selling peanuts. Do you want Cracker Jacks, peanuts? What do you want? You can buy your tickets online, right? When you go to tickets online, they usually ask you what seat do you want, right? That's what do you want, and if I can provide that need, what do you need, and satisfy that. Buying tickets, and now airlines are even doing little videos that will share with you how much room do you have. They're showing you the layout of the entire plane, so that when you pick your seat, you kind of know where you're going to be and what's there. So anyway, so that is the functions of marketing. If you have any questions, please let me know. Feel free to review this, ask me any questions, and hopefully this will help you figure out the differences in marketing and how they all work together. Thank you.